Suit. So first off, Kyle got fired from his job, okay? Second off, I'm now able to talk about this. I just finished settling a lawsuit, which is absolutely wonderful. So let me tell you guys a fun little story, okay? So I just had to pay $10,000 in a lawsuit.
This dude's got hella bongs in the back, bro. I just noticed that. And a bottle of Jaeger. What?
Settlement. Because I learned a very expensive lesson about the definition of commercial use. Now, let me explain to you all what that means. So, we go on, it has nothing to do with the Only Gas logo. It has something to do with Only Gas, not the logo, though. We'll get to it shortly. So, when you go on Google and you type in, let's say, I didn't know this classified as commercial use, okay? But I learned a very expensive lesson in commercial use. So, I'm going to tell you guys something here. When you go on, let's say, Google Images, okay? And you type in, like, we'll just do dog, for example, okay? You go on Google Images, you type in dog, okay? A lot of these images are actually stock images that are owned by people that are waiting for guys like me to post them on a company account, right? So what I did, right, is one day, okay, dude, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it, man. Relax. Hold on. No, I don't like impatience. As I was saying, so all of these images are of dogs, but not all of these images are the same. Not because they're of different dogs, but because there's a good amount of these. I mean, I'm not going to name any specific one. I'm not going to do this much research. It doesn't matter.
No. So I used to do photography a lot, and this is valid. I mean, this is like anytime you post photos to some sort of commercial site or something. Well, I should say, whenever your work gets published to a site, another company, that company owns the rights to those photos like 99.99999% of the time. So I already know where this is going.
But a lot of these images are effectively traps. They're setups. Because what I did on the Only Gas Twitter account is one day I wanted to tweet a funny tweet. It wasn't to promote a sale. It wasn't to, sell a product. And that was what my stupid understanding of commercial use was. My understanding of it was, as long as I'm not putting it on a shirt or like using it to advertise something or directly selling something with it, it's okay for me to use the image. I learned today that anything you post from a company account, even if it's not a gold checkmark verified company Twitter account, if it's your company account and you post an image that someone else owns, that's commercial use and they can sue you for that. I learned that because I took a stock image of something and then I went on the Only Gas Twitter account and I posted it as a meme tweet, right? I get hit up by a law firm months later, like 2 months after I posted this tweet. I get hit up by a law firm representing some photographer. And this photographer, his entire portfolio is stock images. What this guy does literally for a living is he puts stock images on Google and SEOs them to rank them highly, waits for guys like me to use those images for anything, and then sues them for it. So he has a law firm that is doing this for him, and they reached out to me and my people, and they're like, hey, you use this stock image in one of your tweets. Mind you, we didn't put it on packaging. We didn't put it on a shirt. We didn't directly sell or monetize the image.
This is why I got out of photography. Like, one of the biggest reasons, photographers are fucking petty about this shit. Like, I'm all for owning your business, doing that shit. Like, yes, absolutely, get what's yours. But there's also another side to this where it's like, if you're only doing this to entrap people to do to just sue them for thousands and thousands of dollars, you're not an actual photographer. You're a piece of shit.
Literally just in a tweet from a company account. And they hit us with a paper. Yeah, I'm not hating on the hustle, bro. I actually respect it. This is a great hustle. I immediately, all my photographer homies, I hit them up and said, hey, if you're not doing this, you should do this. Because I just had to run my pockets for $10,000 because of one picture from this guy, right? So his law firm hits me up and they're like, hey, you use this image on your company account. And we only used it one time, right? They originally requested $35,000, right? Our representation, my legal, is going back and forth with the law firm that he had attained versus, the law firm that we have. And they're going back and forth. And my attorney calls me one day. And he's like, hey, man, we got it down to 15 grand. Like, how much lower do you want to go on this settlement? There's a chance that, they get pissed off and just say, fuck it, we're going to court and try to pursue more. I told him, I was like, dude, I mean, 5 grand or below, I'm happy, like 35 is a ton of money, bro. Like, I'm not spending $35,000. You know, it's just not happening here. He's like, okay, cool. I'll see what I can do. Another week or so goes by. And mind you, the $35,000 is not like a super insane amount for him to ask for this kind of thing. You guys have no idea how fucked up this whole system is, right? It's the craziest racket. But like I say, I have nothing personally against the guy. Dude, he's hustling. He's getting it how it is. It's my fault for not knowing the commercial usage laws, right? He was like actually within his rights to do that. So whether or not you think it's justifiable is a different story, but he was within his rights. So what ended up happening was my lawyer calls me back another week or so later.
Like, and here's the thing too. There's a side of me that's like, as a photographer, if you're putting stuff on the internet, you should understand that it's going to be used at some point in some capacity by somebody. If it's a tweet like this and you're suing somebody for $35,000 when they're not even profiting off of it, then it's like, okay, yeah, you're an asshole. Like, it's just such a gray area. Like, the part of me, yes, I agree with the hustle, absolutely. The other part of me is like, you're a fucking dick for like making your whole entire life claiming that you're a photographer and just trying to trap people into using your photos. It just doesn't sit with me right. It does not sit with me right.
And he's like, hey, Goblin, like, listen, bro, we got it down to 10K. I don't think he's going to budge any lower than that. He's explaining to me, he's like, listen, his legal team's got to take a cut. At the end of the day, this guy's probably going to get close to $5,000 anyways out of it, but we're going to have to pay $10,000 and a cut of it's going to go to his legal and all that shit. So we signed the paperwork and took it. We signed the paperwork. We took the offer. The wire is officially sent. That man is $10,000 richer because I used his image on Twitter from the Only Gas account. So, expensive lesson learned. We no longer use any images off Google. We have graphic designers make everything now. So, even a picture of a dog. I'll take a picture of my own dog. I'll go to the shelter and take a picture. But, yeah, that's an expensive lesson.
So I'm not advising this to anybody. I'm not advising anything. What you could do is focus on large companies. It's not that, because the stuff like this is not happening as often as you think. Big companies, do not have the fucking time or care to get $10,000. The amount of, you would be paying more money if they sued as much as this photographer did. If they were going after every single person that used an image of theirs. Look at every thumbnail that you see on YouTube. Look at every gaming company that gives a shit. Look at every production company that gives a shit. Disney, all these big companies. This is I feel bad for the individual that he had to go through this, but this is a very, very, very niche thing that happened. So it shouldn't worry people, but also people should understand the commercial space. Like, you should also be respecting that. And yes, he made the right move. Graphic design your own shit. Absolutely. Do your thing. And honestly, too, I would just, like, at that point, you use AI. As much as I'm against using AI for artwork, I would say if you don't want that to happen again, use AI. You know what I mean?
Expensive lesson. So, I mean, there it is. There it is. Goblin, did you talk to a lawyer? Did you listen to anything I just said? Did you hear a word of what I just said? Hello, dog? But, yeah, that's just the craziest hustle I've ever discovered is that. Like, that is a absolutely insane hustle. It's because it was from the Only Gas account. So if I took that image and posted it on my own Twitter, like my personal account, it's fine. It's because I tweeted it from the company account is the issue. Even though, like, I didn't use it to promote a sale, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's commercial use. It's from a company account. Yeah. You know? That's this guy. And I looked him up. I looked through his portfolio and everything, right? Because I was curious. I was like, wait, like, if he did this to me, like, how many people is he doing this to? Bro, this guy's high ranking as fuck on Google Images for a ton of really generic stuff. This guy probably makes a very healthy 6 figures a year, like deep 6 figures off just this hustle. Like, this dude, legit, he probably doesn't even do any real photo shoots. He literally just goes and takes stock images and then SEOs them, and that's the hustle, you know? Like, that's a crazy gig. That's a crazy gig. That's a fucking lick right there. Yeah, they sell license. That's why they sell licenses for the stock images. If you guys have ever gone on Google, you click on one of the images trying to download the full thing, and it takes you to a site where you could buy a license. That's why, you know? That's why. It's because if you don't buy their license, that's what they'll do, right? They'll cook you. They'll cook you. We just filmed Crackheads episode 2 yesterday. Crackheads is scheduled to drop very, very soon. I'm not going to say the exact date yet.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that stuff. I mean, I understand that he's saying this from the point of view of him posting the photo to a company account, but creators, you're self-employed. They can still come after you too. I mean, you're technically, depending on how you operate, you could technically, fall under that jurisdiction. Got to be careful. Got to be careful. That's why a lot of companies and everything do everything in-house. Move it in-house. If you can, move it in-house. Making thumbnails, everything from the most granular thing that you can think of, move it in-house. It might seem like it costs more, but if you can afford it, it's gonna be a lot more cost-effective long-term. So I feel bad for this guy, but oh, that sucks, dude.
Honestly, I think it's
That
just
sucks. Bro's ability to not be pissed about this is crazy. No, he's being reasonable. He understands the predicament that he put himself in the company. He gets it. He got. You have to. He knows how to lose. I'll tell you that. He understands how to. I think it's mature of him to respond the way that he is. He's talking about it very transparently, and he's level-headed about it. He's not letting it get to him. He got. This is not a hustle, Unk. You got extorted. No, it's look. Extortion is not. If you are operating within the boundaries of the law, it's not extortion. The dude used an image on his commercial, on his business, whatever it was. He got caught. It happens. There are people like that out there that do the shit. I'm just saying it's not your. It's a massive, massive blip. You will not experience this with bigger companies. They just do not care for the time and resources that it takes to. It's not worth it. So you're never going to hear about it unless it's something big that's really like making a dent in their sales. So they're not going to care. They're not, or sales or image, I should say. Yeah, crazy. I feel bad, but I mean, props to him for keeping a level head. Says a lot about him. It really does. All right, what else do we want to do? I feel like